Hi, David here, CEO and founder of the Freedom Founders Mastermind community. Too many people, hardworking, high income, potentially high net worth, focus on the wrong number. Now, I'm not talking about the numbers in your business, your practice. Those numbers, those metrics, they are important. What I'm talking about is the number, what I call your freedom number. What does it take to set you free? Not retire, just give you the options, the choices, the ability to do what you want to do when you want to do it. For me, I never want to stop, quote, working because I love what I do. Hopefully you're in the same position in your life that you love what you do, or you're able to morph and evolve and move into a position that you love more than maybe when you started years ago. There's always a sacrifice period. How quickly can we move on? The problem with the traditional financial model is that too many financial advisors will build a plan, a retirement plan, or I would rather call it a freedom plan, based on an accumulation model. Let's accumulate, let's through discipline, savings, hard work, all good, let's build up some assets, whatever it may be. Usually it's financial products for financial advisors. Wall Street's where they work. Again, nothing bad here, right? They take what they've got. It's limited in my viewpoint, but maybe there's a place for it. All right, so their game plan is let's just build up the assets. Let's put money into tax-deferred accounts. I've got another whole story about that, but let's just say that's what they do. Financial products, stocks, bonds, annuities, mutual funds, ETFs, whatever it may be. They put it all in those products and they say, let's just build it up. Well, let's build it up. And then someday when you're ready to retire, we'll look at the plan and kind of based on our algorithms of like how long you may live, right? Well, that's a guess, right? And based on what they think the inflation rate will be, well, realize for the last 40 years until this last year, the inflation rate has been 2% or less, so it hasn't really been a big factor. Now we're dealing with inflation at double or more this past year. Big factor. All these algorithms they used really will not play out. So the biggest problem is they work off of a depletion model. Accumulate and then deplete, right? Sounds good in theory. Well, if I build up enough and then I just chisel away at it over the years, hopefully if I have enough built up, I can manage it all the way down until, ideally, I die and I run out of money. Well, it doesn't happen that way, and that's probably a little bit too tight on a margin. Who wants to run that kind of a plan? But that's the plan that financial advisors give people. I hear it all the time with all the doctors and dentists and health professionals I work with. I ask them, what did your financial advisor tell you before you came to Freedom Founders looking for an alternative plan? And they say, well, they said, essentially, I need $8, $10, $15 million to live the lifestyle that I'm accustomed to or we want to live on my retirement. And I shake my head. That's ridiculous. Certainly, I'm not against people wanting to acquire and build the wealth that they can, whatever they want to do. The problem is that kind of a goal, which is really called never enough, means you work hard, you grind, and you leave a lot of time and memories on the table. This is the regret or resentment that builds up in people who have worked all their life. They've gone through the education, they've gone through the risk of having a business, a practice, that they've worked hard and they've built a good lifestyle, but they can't get off the treadmill. Why? Because the accumulation depletion model doesn't work. In fact, I've had some of the people in my group call the depletion model the death model. Depletion to death. What a bad model. The model that I use is build the assets, build the net worth, but build them based on your needs for cash flow, income replacement, replacing your active income. When you have a measurable ability to build assets that then create passive, sustainable, predictable income, also inflation hedge, because that's going to be important as well, then you never run out. In fact, in our group, in Freedom Founders, once we have their number, which is based on cash flow, corresponding to assets, not assets first, but the cash flow, that changes everything. That gives the freedom to start changing life, to slow down, to bring in associates, partnerships, consider transition buyouts or sales. It speeds everything up. Our mantra is we get our people free in 3 to 5 years. Now, I'm not talking about someone coming out of school who is still has student loan debt, just getting started. The people that we have in Freedom Founders, the caliber we bring in, where they are in their career path, their mindset that they want to be free, 3 to 5 years, many of them get done in 18 months or less. Again, based on where they are. But without the construct of a viable plan that's based on cash flow, not accumulation, there's never an end in sight. And it's sad to see hardworking people keep working and then have health, disability, death cause a termination point in their game plan to build those memories somewhere down the line. That someday often never comes. Keep that in mind as you're working hard, doing the things you do to protect your family for security, but realize that with that security comes a loss of freedom. Don't make that trade. It's your freedom. You've got to focus on it.